de favela, bailão é baile de favela.
Hey everybody, this is Total Gamer Junkie and I'll welcome you back. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions on Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now I've borrowed these videos for use in my channel purely as research and to voice my opinions. I do not claim ownership of them, and I'll leave the link to where I got the videos in the description below. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so from all the information that we gathered at E3, this game takes 300 to 400 years before Origins. Now to me this is both good and bad. The reason it's being good is because I think personally Bayek's story, I don't think they should continue it, because it was, in my opinion, pretty good, and if they were to add more on it, it might become bad. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing in another game where you play as a different character and you meet with Bayek and Aya, or you know, whatever she wants to be called. What was her other name? I forget. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Now, this is also bad in another way, because this is the first Assassin's Creed where you don't play as an assassin. So, because the Brotherhood hasn't been formed yet, and I don't know, I think the Templars, because everyone knows the Templars were around before the Assassins, so maybe we might see the Templars in some way, shape or form. Maybe this game shows how they were brought into the world, because with Origins it was the formation of the Brotherhood, so maybe this is the formation of the Templar Order. Now, as you all know, you play as two characters, one Alexius and the other one Cassandra. You choose who you want to play as, and that's the character you're stuck with for the rest of the game. Now, I gotta say, this the story kind of worries me a bit for two reasons. One is, whenever you play in the past, you're always observing your ancestors or someone else's ancestors. You know, get the genetic DNA, put it in the animus or helix, and then you go off into the past and explore the memories. Now, with this game, it's all a matter of choice, which is, like, let's just say if there are multiple save files, for example. You make a choice, you didn't like it, you just load up the save and do it again. To me, this adds no real consequence to the game, really, because you can just go back and rewind your choices, which I hope, like, I wouldn't mind like one save file, but if it's like multiple ones, then, like, because when you start off with the Assassin's Creed games, they always had free save files. But what I mean is, like, if you load it, because this game's kind of based off The Witcher, you know, the RPG elements. So if you had another save file, then you could imagine if you made like 10 or 12, and you can just go back and forth, change whatever you want. Like, you could explore one outcome, you don't like that, just reload the game and do it all over again, which I don't personally like. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the DLC. Now, this game was leaked by Kotaku, and apparently there's also an Atlantis DLC. Now, this, I consider it to be a little bad for one reason in particular. Now, this is just pure speculation. I have no information to back me up whatsoever. Now, what I believe, if the Atlantis DLC is real, I believe the Atlanteans might be the precursor race, like some survivors. Now, hear me out. In the game Mass Effect 3, there's a DLC that's called the Lithian DLC. I think that's what it's called. Now, you play as, you know, Shepherd, male or female. Now, you go in search of this species. Now, the Lithians, who you meet, are actually the creators of the Reapers. So you meet them in the game and you find out their reasons in that, like why the Reapers were created and how they turned on them. Maybe in this, when you play as Alexios or Cassandra, you might meet them. Like, you end up going to Atlantis and you meet this race living under the sea. Now, for a game that's based on historical accuracy, I don't know, it's just, that seems like a bold move to me on their part, because, like, we don't know whether Atlantis was real or not. It could be a myth, it could be real. We don't have any actual proof, since no one's discovered it. So, like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but honestly, this could be a pretty bad move on their part if they decide to do this. On the other hand, it could give them a chance to delve into the precursor history, like what their technological advancements are, how they survive in that. Well, then I suppose in the present day, the people would try to go to the Templars and the Assassins will both be trying to go to Atlantis and that. And I don't know, it just seems like a really bad idea on my part. But anyway, that is just my opinion. The last thing I want to talk about is the dialogue tree and the choices and consequences. Now, I like what they're doing here. They're completely overhauling their game. They're breathing new life into it. Now, the problem that I have is the romance option, to be exact. Now, I don't know if, because we don't know if this is, because it's been confirmed that Lila's coming back, so we don't know if Cassandra and Alexios is her ancestor, or if they're just doing what they did in Unity and Syndicate, where they're getting DNA off various corpses and that, or in Origins, where she got Bayek's DNA from the tomb and then Aya's and just shoved it into the Animus and was able to relive their memories. Maybe they're doing that, not sure. But I guess the problem here is with the romance option. Let's just say the game ends, you end up with someone. Now, couldn't they have a descendant that would be able to relive the memories as well? And who's to say that your choices in the past might affect the future? Now, that to me is a big no-no. I do not agree. If that is a real thing, then I'm completely against it. But like I said, I'm not going to judge this game until I play it. Okay, because I know a lot of people judge games when they see them before they play them. I like to give games a chance before they disappoint me or do the opposite, make me really enjoy them, because you don't know until you play it. Okay, you shouldn't really criticize something until you've seen it. So anyways, this is the end of my video. These are my thoughts and discussions, and I hope you all enjoyed it. This is Total Gamer Junkie signing off, and I hope to see you in the next one.